Good evening, everyone. Today's training consists of two topics. First part of the training will be on completing the average meal cost tool. The second part of the training will be on completing the paid lunch equity tool for school year 24-25. The first topic of today's training is completing the average meal cost tool. The 24-25 average meal cost tool has been updated and will be posted to the CMP website. School food authorities may use this tool to assist in calculating the average meal cost for the 24-25 school year. Average meal cost must be calculated each year and reported on the Schedule A at the beginning of the school year. The information you would need to complete the 24-25 average meal cost tool is your claims data from the 23-24 school year, the total income from extra sales from the 23-24 school year, the meal equivalence factor, average meal cost from 23-24, and the total expenses from 23-24 school year. Please note that the income and expense report for 24-25 will be the 23-24 school year financial information. Please note that you will not be able to complete the average meal cost tool entirely until you have completed all claims and the income and expense for 23-24 school year. However, you can begin inputting the data you currently have and complete it at a later date or once you have the rest of the data. To find the information you need to complete the tool, you will first need to log into the CMP website. Click on the green School Food Service tab on the right-hand side of the screen at the top. Click on Claims from the list on the left-hand side of the screen, then click on View Claims. Excuse me. You will need the 23-24 school year claims in order to complete the average meal cost for school year 24-25 school year. Make sure the program year is 2024 so that you can see the correct claims. You will need to click on each month to find the data you need to complete the tool. Please note you will not be able to complete the average meal cost tool entirely until you have all of the 23-24 claims completed. Once you open the monthly claim for each month on the School Food Service Participation Data tab, refer to the table, the total meals claim, and other meals at the bottom of the page. Find the total number of meals claimed for breakfast, lunch, and snack, as well as the total number of other meals not claimed for breakfast, lunch, and snack. In this example, no snacks were served. This is the data that you would need to enter into the average meal cost tool. Now, excuse me. Now here's a screenshot of the average meal cost tool. For each month, input the number of student lunches and put the number of other lunches. Those are your adults, non-students, and put the total number of student breakfasts and put the total number of other breakfasts, if applicable, and put the total number of student snacks and other snacks. Again, this examples, in this example, there were no snacks. The form automatically calculates the number of lunches meal equivalents at the bottom of the page. So as you add the data for each month, it will continue to automatically calculate the total. The next data you would need to complete the average meal cost is the income and expense form, so sales from income and expense report for 23-24. And please note that the income and expense report for 24-25 will be the 23-25 school year financial information. To find this, you're going to look on the left-hand side of the screen, click on Form section, and then click on the income and expenses. Find the income and expenses. Find the income from extra sales on income and expenses report for 23-24 school year. And please note once again that the income and expense report for 24-25 will be the 23-24 financial information. In- Input the income from extra sales and the average meal cost tool. The next data you will need to complete the average meal cost tool is the average cost for the 23-24 school year. To find this, look on the left-hand side of the screen, look on the form section, then click on Schedule A. Find the average lunch meal cost on the Schedule A of the 23-24 school year. Input the average lunch meal cost from the 23-24 school year online application into the average meal cost tool. The next data you will need to complete the average meal cost is the total expenses from income and expense report for 23-24 school year. To find this, look on the left-hand side of the screen, click on the form section, and then click on income and expense report. And remember, this is your 23-24 information that you're reporting on the 24-25. Find the total expenses from the income and expense report 23-24 school year. Please note, once again, this is your 23-24 information. You're going to input that information. You're going to put the total expenses into your average meal cost tool. Next, excuse me. Next, you're going to enter the paid meal reimbursement for the 23-24 school year. This information can be found on your claims data page on the CMP website. There's a screenshot on the side of the claims data where it can be found. The tool will calculate the average meal cost for breakfast, lunch, and snack. Using the calculated average meal cost for breakfast, lunch, and snack, input your SFA's plan at cost prices for breakfast, lunch, and snack for 24-25. Your at cost price for breakfast and lunch must equal to or exceed the average meal cost shown to the right. In this example, the calculated average meal cost for 24-25 is $3.45 for breakfast and $5.15 for lunch. This estimate shows $3.55 as the breakfast at cost price and $5.30 for the lunch at cost price. These are the prices that will be reported on the Schedule A for 24-25. This is what a completed tool would look like. Please note that all the salmon colored boxes are for inputting the data. The gray cells are auto-populated. Again, in this example, snacks were not served. If snacks were served, that data would be inputted into the cell for snack data. As a reminder, you would not be able to complete the average meal cost tool for 24-25 entirely until you have all of your claims completed and income and expense completed for 23-24. So if you have an outstanding claim, you will not be able to complete it until that claim, until that information is put into the claim. Now, some SFAs may want or need the average meal cost data on time on a more frequent basis. In our experience, some school boards may ask for updates throughout the school year. Being able to provide the average meal cost at the time of the update can be very helpful. To calculate the average meal cost for each month, the SFA should follow the same procedures with the exception of using individual month expenses and meal counts. Extra sales incomes for the same time period a month should be used to calculate the monthly meal equivalent. The next part of this training will be on the paid lunch equity tool. We will go over the steps for completing the school year 24-25 PLE tool. First, let's talk about the purpose of the PLE tool. Schools are required to charge students for paid meals at a price that is on average equal to the difference between free meal reimbursement and the paid meal reimbursement. Schools that currently charge less for meal prices than the amount needed to create paid lunch equity are required to either one, gradually increase their prices over time until they meet the requirements, or two, supplement their food service operating funds with non-federal funds to ensure equity. Regulations at 7 CFR 210.14E require SFAs participating in the NSLP to ensure sufficient funds are provided to the nonprofit school food service account for meals served to students not eligible for free or reduced price meals. Should the tool indicate that the paid lunch prices are not in compliance with PLE requirements for the new school year, action will need to be taken by the SFA. Please refer to USDA Memo SP 14/2024 for guidance on the PLE Launch Equity Tool for school year 24-25. SFAs qualifying for the 24-25 PLE exemption include SFAs with a positive or zero balance in a nonprofit school food service account as of June 30th. 2023. While not required, exempt SFA may still use the PLE to complete the steps necessary to determine their target school year 24-25 paid lunch price and adjust their paid lunch prices accordingly. Any public, charter, or private school system that participate in CEP on a district system-wide basis also exempt. SFAs that do not qualify for school year 24-25 PLE exemption include SFAs that had a negative balance in a nonprofit school food service account as of June 30, 2023. The paid lunch equity tool was created to help school food authorities calculate their new weighted average price requirement for the school year and determine what price increase is needed to meet the requirement. There are three methods for how SFAs can meet the requirement, and tool assists with making calculations based on the method chosen. This version of the PLE tool only applies to school year 24-25, as a new version of PLE tool will be issued for school year 25-26. The school year 24-25 PLA2 consists of 8 tabs. Tab 1, Guidance. Tab 2, Instructions. Tab 3, School year 24-25 Requirement Calculator. Tab 4, School year 25-26 Price Raise Calculator. Tab 5, School year Non-Federal Calculator. Tab 6, School year 24-25 Split Calculator. Tab 7, School year 24-25 Report. And Tab 8, School year 10-11 Price Calculator. Cells shaded in green throughout the tile designate data entry data. The SFA must enter the applicable data in these cells for the tool to make the appropriate calculation. Now, some reminders about the PLE tool. The PLE tool calculates the weighted average of all student paid lunch prices charged to the SFA. The maximum annual average price increase required will not exceed 10 cents. This may lead to some shortfalls being carried over to the next school year, as some SFAs will not be required to raise their weighted average price or continue revenue from non-federal sources to the nonprofit school food service account due to this 10-cent cap. Depending on where the SFA is relative to the weighted average price requirement for school year 24-25, the contribution less than 10 cents may be required. The SFA also has the option to do a price increase that exceeds the 10-cent cap, with an additional contribution being carried over to the next school year as credit. To begin, SFAs were calculated the weighted average price requirements for 24-25. To make this calculation, SFAs will need the unrounded weighted average price requirement for school year 23-24 or the most recent school year for which data is available. This value can be found in the PLE report school year 23-24 under section 1, box A. On this slide is a screenshot from 23-24 PLE tool where you find this information. If this value is not known, the SFA would need their weighted average price for school year 10-11, as it can be used to find the unrounded weighted average price requirements for school year 23-24. If their weighted average price for school year 10-11 is not known, the SFA will need the number of paid lunches that were sold in October 2010, along with their associated price. This data will be used to collect the weighted average price for school year 10-11. Step 1, SFAs will navigate to the school year 24-25 requirement calculator located in tab 3. If the unrounded price requirement for school year 23-24 or the most recent school year for which data is available is known, enter this value in cell A7 shaded in green. The tool will calculate the weighted average price requirements for school year 24-25 in cell B. Optional step, if the unrounded price requirement for school year 23-24 or the most recent school year is not known, SFA will use the annual unrounded requirement finder located in tab 3 to calculate this value. Enter the weighted average price for school year 10-11 into cell 13 shaded in green to populate the unrounded price requirement for all previous school years. Enter the unrounded price requirement for school year 23-24 that's found in cell B30 into cell A7 shaded in green. The tool will calculate the weighted average price requirement for school year 24-25 in cell B7. Optional step, if the weighted average price for school year 10-11 is not known, use the school year 10-11 price calculator located in tab 8 to calculate this value. Enter the number of paid lunches sold in October 2010 with their associated prices in columns B and C shaded in green to obtain the weighted average price for school year 10-11 found in cell E16. Optional step, enter the weighted average price for school year 10-11 into cell 13 shaded in green of the annual unrounded requirement finder located in tab 3 to populate the unrounded price requirement for all previous school years. Enter the unrounded price requirement for school year 23-24 found in cell B30 into cell A shaded in green. The tool will calculate the average weighted average price requirement in school year 24-25 in cell B7. If the unrounded price requirements for school year 23-24 or the most recent school year for which data is available is equal to or greater than $3.85, cell B will say at or above equity. Proceed to the school year 24-25 report, tab 7. At or above equity in the school year 24-25 report, tab 7. Step 1, use the drop-down box menu in cell A9 to select at or above equity. Enter their weighted average price into cell B10 shaded in green, which is a field that would only become visible when the at or above equity option is selected. Save this report to show they are in compliance with the requirement and to reference back to when you complete PLE2 for school year 25-26. Utilization of the school year 24-25 PLE exemption. If an SFA qualifies for the school year 24-25 PLE exemption, they will not need to complete the PLE2. It is recommended that documentation is maintained to show that an exemption was provided. To obtain this documentation, navigate to the school year 24-25 report located in tab 7. In school year 24-25 report tab 7, step 1, use the drop-down menu in cell A9 to select exemption granted. Enter their weighted average price into cell B10 shaded in green. SFAs will certify that they had a positive or a negative balance in the nonprofit school food service count as of June 30, 2023 by entering yes into cell B11 shaded in green. Both fields will only become visible when the exemption granted option is selected. Save this report to show you are in compliance with requirements and to reference back to when they complete the PLE2 for school year 25-26. Excuse me. Choose a method to meet the calculated weighted average price requirement for school year 24-25. Now that the weighted average price requirement has been calculated, SFAs will decide on the method you would like to use to meet the requirement. There are 3 methods SFAs can choose from. Method 1, raise the weighted average price of paid lunches. Method 2, contribute revenues from non-federal sources to the non-food service account. Method 3, split the requirements by raising the average weighted price of paid lunches and contributing revenues from non-federal sources to the nonprofit school food service account, combining methods 1 and 2. The method that SFAs the method that they choose will determine which calculator tab or the PLE tool will be completed. To complete the PLE tool, SFAs will follow the instructions for the method they have selected. On this slide is the 24-25 PLE tool flow chart. It breaks down the steps to complete the tool. SFAs will calculate the weighted average price requirements for 24-25. Then the SFA will decide on the method to use to meet the requirement. SFAs will then calculate that correspond with the method chosen. Then generate a report summarizing how the price method will be met. Method 1, raise the weighted average price of paid lunches. This set of instructions are for SFAs who want to raise the weighted average price of paid lunches to meet the weighted average price requirement. Navigate to the school year 24-25 paid price raise calculator located in tab 4. The weighted average price requirement for school year 24-25 will be located at the top of the calculator, as well as the price requirement rounded down to the nearest 5 cents. All calculations conducted will be based off the price that is rounded down. Step 1, using the 23-24 weighted average price calculator located in tab 4, enter the number of paid lunches from October 23 with their associated price in columns B and C shaded in green. Prices should be inclusive of all schools, elementary, middle, high, etc. The tool will calculate the weighted average price for school year 23-24 in cell E22. As a reminder, if the price is equal to or above the target price of $3.85, then the SFA is in compliance with the requirement. The tool will calculate the total price increase for 24-25, required weighted average price for 24-25, increase with the 10-cent cap, remaining shortfall to be carried forward for 25-26, and remaining credit to be carried forward to school year 25-28. SFAs must determine whether any shortfall or credit needs to be carried forward for school year 23-24 and 24-25. This information can be found in the PLE report from school year 23-24 under section 2. On this slide is a screenshot from 23-24 PLE2 where you will find this information. Any shortfall to be added into the calculations will be found in Block A, remaining increases carried forward to school year 24-25. Any credit to be subtracted from the calculation will be found in Block B, remaining credit carried forward to school year 24-25. Step 2, SFA will enter any shortfall or credit in cell A26 shaded in green. Any shortfall will be entered as a negative value and any credit will be entered as a positive value. If no shortfall or credit needs to be carried forward in school year 24-25, cell A26 will remain blank. Once any shortfall or credit has been accounted for, the tool will adjust the total price increase for school year 24-25, required weighted average price for school year 24-25, increase with 10-cent cap, remaining shortfall to be carried forward for 25-26, and remaining credit to be carried forward for 25-26. Method 1 optional step. SFA can use the price and estimation calculator located in tab 4 to determine how they want to distribute the price increase within the SFA to reach the required weighted average price for school year 24-25. SFAs have the flexibility to raise individual student price using many different price combinations. Enter the number of paid lunches from October 23 with their associated price in 2 columns, B and C shaded in green. Change the student paid lunch prices until the value of cell E50 reaches the required or weighted average price for school year 24-25 with the 10-cent cap. Now that the calculations have been completed, SFAs will generate a report that summarizes what the weighted average price requirement for school year 24 is and how the SFA will be meeting it. To create the summary, navigate to the school year 24-25 report located in tab 7. Method 1, Step 3 in school year 24-25 report, tab 7. Use the drop-down menu in cell A9, select Method 1, raise the weighted average price of paid lunches. This will pull a summary of the calculations done in school year 24-25. Price raise calculated to section 2 of the report. Any remaining shortfall to be carried forward to school year 25-26 will be pulled back to block A. Any remaining credit to be carried forward to school year 25 will be pulled to block B. Enter the weighted average price for school year 24-25 in block C, cell B15 shaded in green. Save this report to show that they are in compliance with the requirement and to reference back to when they complete the PLE2 for 25-26. Method 2, contribute revenue from non-federal sources to the nonprofit school food service account. This set of instructions are for SFAs who want to contribute revenue from non-federal sources to the nonprofit school food service account to meet the weighted average price requirement. Navigate to the school year 24-25 non-federal calculator located in tab 5. For reference, the weighted average price requirement for school year 24-25 will be located at the top of the calculator, as well as the price requirement rounded down to the nearest 5 cents. All calculations conducted will be based off the price that is unrounded, that is rounded down. Method 2, Step 1, if known, enter the weighted average price for school year 23-24 into cell A10, shaded in green. As a reminder, the price is equal to or above the target price of $3.85, then the SFA is compliant with the requirement. The tool will calculate the total price increase for school year 24-25 in cell B32. If this price is not known, do not enter anything into cell A10, as it will link to the price SFA's manually calculate in the optional step. Method 2, optional step, using school year 23-24 weighted average calculator located in tab 5. Enter the number of paid lunches from October 23 with their associated prices into columns B and C, shaded in green. Prices should be inclusive of all schools, elementary, middle, and high, etc. The tool will calculate the average weighted price for school year 23-24 in cell E2. This price will automatically populate into cell A10, shaded in green. If the link was accidentally erased, then manually enter the value into cell A10. The tool will calculate the total price increase for school year 24-25 in cell B32. Method 2, Step 2, enter the total number of student paid lunches served in school year 22-23 into cell A32, shaded in green. The tool will calculate the total revenue from non-federal sources for 24-25, amount of revenue from non-federal sources for 24-25, required price increase for school year 24-25 with 10-cent cap, required amount of revenue from non-federal sources for 24-25 with a 10-cent cap, remaining shortfall to be carried forward to school year 25-26. Remaining credit to be carried forward for 25-26. If no shortfall or credit needs to be carried forward to school year 24-25, cell A36 will remain blank. Method 2, Step 2, SFAs must determine whether any shortfall or credit needs to be carried forward from school year 23-24 into school year 24-25. This information can be found in the school year 23-24 report under section 2. On this slide is a screenshot from 23-24 PLE2 where you find this information. Any shortfall to be added into the calculation will be found in block C. Remaining annual non-federal source contributions carried forward to school year 24-25. Any credit to be subtracted from calculations will be found in Block D. Remaining credit carried forward to school year 24-25. Method 2, Step 3, enter any shortfall or credit in cell A36 shaded in green. Any shortfall will be entered as a negative value, and any credit will be entered as a positive value. If no shortfall or credits needs to be carried forward to school year 24-25, cell A will remain blank. Method 2, Step 3. Once any shortfall or credit has been accounted for, the tool will adjust the amount of revenue from non-federal sources for school year 24-25. Required price increase for school year 24-25 with the 10-cent cap. Required amount of revenue from non-federal sources for 24-25 with the 10-cent cap. Remaining shortfall will be carried forward to school year 25-26, and remaining credit to be carried forward to school year 25-26. Method 2, Step 3. Now that the calculations have been completed, SFAs will generate a report that summarizes that the weighted average price requirement for school year 24-25 is and how the SFA will be meeting it. To create the summary, navigate to school year 24-25 report located in tab 7. Method 2, Step 4. Use the drop-down menu in cell A9 to select Method 2, contribute revenue from non-federal sources to the nonprofit school food service account. This will pull a summary of the calculations done in school year 24-25 non-federal calculator to section 2 of the report. Any remaining shortfall to be carried forward to school year 25-26 will be pulled to Block D. Any remaining credit to be carried forward to school year 25-26 will be pulled to Block E. The SFA will enter the amount of revenue from non-federal sources for school year 24-25 into Block F, cell B19, shaded in green. Non-federal revenue sources into Block G, cell A21, shaded in green. General funds transfer into Block H, cell A23, shaded in green. SFA will save this report to show that they are in compliance with the requirement and to reference back to when they complete the PLE tool in school year 25-26. Method 3, split the requirements by raising the weighted average paid lunch price and contributing funds from non-federal sources to the nonprofit school food service count, combining methods 1 and 2. This set of instructions are for SFAs who want to split the requirement by raising the weighted average price of lunches and contributing revenue from non-school food service sources to the nonprofit school food service account. To begin, SFA was navigate to the school year 24-25 split calculator located in tab 6. For reference, the weighted average price requirements for school year 24-25 will be located at the top of the calculator, as well as the price requirement rounded down to the nearest 5 cents. All calculations conducted will be based off the price that is rounded down. Method 3, Step 1, using school year 23-24 weighted average price calculator located in tab 6. Enter the number of paid lunches from October 23 with their associated prices in 2 columns, B and C, shaded in green. Prices should be inclusive of all schools, elementary, middle, and high, etc. As a reminder, if the price is equal to or above the target price of $3.85, then the SFA is in compliance with the requirement. The tool will calculate the weighted average price for school year 23-24, the total price increase for 24-25, required weighted average price for school year 24-25, increase with 10-cent cap, and required price increase for 24-25 with 10-cent cap. Method 3, Step 2, if known, SFAs will enter the weighted average price they plan to charge for paid lunches into cell 3, A30, shaded in green, to split the requirement. Method 3, optional step. If the price is not known, SFA can manually calculate using the optional step. Method 3, Step 3, SFA will enter the total number of student paid lunches served in 22-23 into cell A50 shaded in green. The tool will calculate the total revenue from non-federal sources for school year 24-25, amount of revenue from non-federal sources for 24-25, required price increase for 24-25 with the 10-cent cap, required amount of revenue from non-federal sources for 24-25 with the 10-cent cap, remaining shortfall to be carried forward to school year 25-26, remaining credit to be carried forward to school year 25-26. Method 3, Step 3, SFAs must determine whether any shortfall or credit needs to be carried forward from school year 23-24 into 24-25. This information can be found in the school year 23-24 report that was generated in the previous school year PLE tool under section 2. On this slide is a screenshot from 23-24 PL tool where you will find that information. Any shortfall to be added into the calculation will be found in Block E. Remaining annual non-federal source contribution carried forward to school year 24-25. Any credit to be subtracted from the calculation will be found in Block F, remaining credit carried forward to school year 24-25. Method 3, Step 4, enter your shortfall or credit in cell A54 shaded in green. Any shortfall will be entered as a negative value and any credit will be entered as a positive value. If no shortfall or credit needs to be carried forward to school year 24-25, cell A54 will remain blank. Once any shortfall or credit has been accounted for, the tool will adjust. Amount of revenue from non-federal sources for school year 24-25, required price increase for school year 24-25 with the 10-cent cap, required amount of revenue from non-federal sources for school year 24-25 with the 10-cent cap, remaining shortfall to be carried forward to school year 25-26 and remaining credit to be carried forward to school year 25 through 26. Step 3, Method 3, Step 4. Now that the calculations have been completed, SFAs will generate a report that summarizes what the weighted average price requirement for school year 24-25 is and how the SFA will be meeting it. To create this summary, SFAs will navigate to school year 24-25 report located in tab 7. Method 3, Step 5, use the drop-down menu in cell A9 to select Method 3. Split the requirement by raising the weighted average paid lunch price and contributing revenues from non-federal sources to the nonprofit school food service account. This will pull a summary of the calculations down into school year 24-25 split calculator to section 2 of the report. Any remaining shortfall to be carried forward to school year 25-26 will be pulled to block I. Any remaining credit to be carried forward to 25-26 will be pulled down from J. The SFA will enter the weighted average price in school year 24-25 into block K, cell B27, shaded in green, an amount of revenue from non-federal sources for school year 24-25 into block L, cell B28, shaded in green. SFA will save this report to show that they are in compliance with the requirement to reference back to when they complete the PLE tool for school year 25-26. We plan to have the PLE tool for 24-25 posted sometimes this week, and we will send out, I think we may have sent out the memo already, but we will definitely have it posted sometimes this week, so look for it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us here at LDOE Nutrition Support at 225-342-9661, or you can email us at the website address on the screen. I'm sorry, here's the information. And for those of you who may need a little assistance, feel free to call me and I can kind of walk you through the method that you select. Okay, you all have a great day.